Today I will discuss some questions of exercise 6.2. So let us see the second question of the same exercise. In the given figure, if AB is parallel to CD, the line AB is parallel to CD while line CD is parallel to EF. Hence we can say that line AB, CD and EF, all these three lines are parallel to each other. And ratio of Y and Z is given 3:7. The ratio of Y and Z is given 3:7. We have to find the measurement of angle X. So let us see how to find the measurement of angle X. Since ratio of Y and Z is given 3:7. So we can assume here, let measurement of Y equals to 3A. Similarly, the measurement of Z will be equals to 7A. So we got the measurement of angle Y, that is equals to 3A, and Z equals to 7A. After that, as we know, this angle, the measurement of this angle is equals to this angle, because both are the pair of vertically opposite angle. Hence, if the measurement of this angle is Y, this will be equals to Y also. So we can write here angle CHG is equals to angle DHI. So I will write here measurement of angle DHI is equals to measurement of this angle, means GHC. GHC. Angle DHI will be equals to GHC. The measurement of angle GHC is given Y, so we can write here Y. Or the value of Y we are having 3A, we can write 3A also. After getting the measurement of this angle, now the sum of these two angles Y plus Z will be equals to 180 degree, because these two are the interior angles. So here we can write angle Y plus Z is equals to 180 degree. Measurement of Y we are having 3A, so we can write here 3A plus Z. Measurement of angle Z is 7A, so we can write here 7A equals to 180 degree. 3A plus 7A equals to 10A equals to 180 degree. So the value of A will be equals to 18 degree. Now we got the value of A. After that, now we can find the measurement of angle Y and measurement of angle Z. Since the measurement of angle Y is equals to 3A, hence we can write here 3 will be as it is on the place of A. Since we are having the value of A equals to 18 degrees, so we can write here 18 degree. So we can write here 54. Measurement of angle Y is equals to 54 degree. Similarly, measurement of angle Z equals to 7A equals to 7 multiplied by 18 degree equals to 126 degree. After getting the measurement of angle Y and Z, now we have to find the measurement of angle X. As we know, the sum of these two angles equals to 180 degree. So we can write here, because these two are also the pair of interior angle. So X plus Y equals to 180 degree. Value of X we have to find out plus Y. Since the measurement of Y is equals to 54 degrees, so we can write here 54 degree equals to 180 degree. X will be equals to 180 degree minus 54 degree. So finally we can write here measurement of X will be equals to 126 degree. So this is the final solution of this question. Now let us see question number 4. In the figure, if PQ is parallel to ST, the line PQ and ST both are the parallel lines, angle PQR equals to 110 degree. PQR, this angle is equals to 110 degree, and measurement of angle RST is given 130 degree. So we have to find the measurement of angle QRS. We have to find the measurement of this angle. To find the measurement of this angle, the very first thing is that we have to draw a line that must be parallel to PQ as well as ST also. So we are going to draw a line. Suppose the name of this line is XY. So we have drawn a line XY which is parallel to PQ and ST also. After that, suppose the name of this angle is 1, name of this angle is 2, name of this angle is 3, name of this angle is 4, name of this angle is 5. After that, we have put the name of all the angles. The name of angle PQR I have taken 1. The name of this angle means XRQ I have taken 2. While the name of this angle is 3, name of this angle is 4, name of this angle is 5. Then let us see the solution of this question. Since PQ is parallel to XR, since PQ is parallel to XR, either we can say XR or XY, both are the same thing. Since these two lines are parallel, hence the sum of these two angles will be equals to 180 degree, because these two are the interior angles. So we can write here angle 1 plus angle 2 is equals to 180 degree. So since the measurement of angle 1 is given 110, so we can write here 110 degree plus angle 2 will be as it is equals to 180 degree. Hence measurement of angle 2 will be equals to 180 degree minus 110 degree. Finally we can write here measurement of angle 2 is equals to 70 degree. Now we got the measurement of angle 2, that is equals to 70 degree. Measurement of this angle is equals to 70 degree. After that, let us see, since ST is parallel to RY. Here we can write it, since ST is parallel to RY. Since these two lines are parallel, hence the sum of these two angles will be equals to 180 degree. Angle 5 plus angle 4 is equals to 180 degree, because these two are the interior angles. Angle 5, the measurement of angle 5 is given 130 degree plus angle 4, the measurement of angle 4 is not given, so we can write here angle 4 equals to 180 degree. So measurement of angle 4 will be equals to 180 degree minus 130 degree. So angle 4 will be equals to 50 degree. Now we got the measurement of angle 2 and measurement of angle 4. Angle 2, measurement of angle 2 is 70 degree, while the measurement of angle 4 is 50 degree. Now we can easily find out the measurement of angle 3 by using the property angle 2 plus angle 3 plus angle 4 is equals to 180 degree, because these angles are formed on the straight line. So we can write here angle 2 plus angle 3 plus angle 4 is equals to 180 degree. Why the sum of all these three angles equals to 180 degree? Because they are formed on a straight line. Now here, measurement of angle 2 we have already calculated 70 degrees, so we can write here 70 degree plus angle 3. We have to find out the measurement of angle 3. We can write here angle QRS. So we can write here angle QRS plus angle 4. Measurement of angle 4 we have calculated 50 degree. So we can write here 50 degree equals to 180 degree. Now we can add these two, 70 plus 50 equals to 120 degree plus angle QRS is equals to 180 degree. Finally we can write here angle QRS equals to 180 degree minus 120 degree. Now we got the value of angle QRS, that is equals to 60 degree. So this is the final solution of this question. Now let us see question number 6. In the figure, PQ and RS are 2 meters. PQ and RS are 2 meters placed parallel to each other. Means these 2 meters, PQ and RS are placed parallel to each other. An incident ray AB strikes the mirror PQ at B. Incident ray AB strikes the mirror PQ at point B. The reflected ray moves along the path BC, and this reflected ray strikes the mirror RS at point C, and again reflects back along CD, and it reflects back along CD. Then we have to prove that AB is parallel to CD. This line AB is parallel to CD. We have to prove it. So let us see. To prove it, first of all, we have to draw a normal, or we can say the perpendicular. As we know, the law of reflection of light. If suppose we are having a surface, and this is the incident ray, this is the reflected ray, then we have to draw a perpendicular, that is also termed as normal. The incident angle is always equals to the reflected angle. This property we are going to use here to solve this question. So let us see here. First of all, we are going to draw a normal, or you can say perpendicular, at point B. Suppose the name of this angle is 1, name of this angle is 2. Similarly, we will draw one perpendicular at point C also. Suppose the name of this angle is 3 and the name of this angle is 4. According to the reflection of light, we can say that angle 1 is equals to angle 2. So let us see the solution. Angle 1 is equals to angle 2. Angle 1 must be equals to angle 2. Suppose both are equals to x. After that, since this line and this line both are parallel to each other, because both are perpendicular on the parallel lines, means this line, suppose the name of this point I am taking x, the name of this point I am taking y. This line and this line both will be parallel, because this line is perpendicular on PQ, while this line is perpendicular on RS. Hence, we can say that since suppose the name of this point is x, name of this point is y. Since BX is parallel to CY, since BX is parallel to CY, why they are parallel? Because both are perpendicular on the parallel lines. That's why both are parallel to each other. Hence, measurement of angle 2 will be equals to angle 3. Measurement of angle 2 will be equals to measurement of angle 3. These two are the alternate interior angles. That's why angle 2 and angle 3 both will be equal. Since the measurement of angle 2 I have assumed x, hence the measurement of angle 3 will also be equals to x. Because the measurement of angle 2 I have taken x, so here I can put x will be equals to angle 3. So angle 3 is equals to x. Now we will apply the law of reflection of light at this point also. Angle 3 will be equals to angle 4. This is the incident ray, this is the reflected ray. So, and CY is the normal. Hence, angle 3 will be equals to angle 4. According to the law of reflection of light, incident ray is equals to reflected ray. Since we got the measurement of angle 3, that is equals to x, so the measurement of angle 4 will also be equals to angle x. Measurement of angle 3 we got x, measurement of angle 4 also we got x, measurement of angle 1 and 2 I have assumed x and x. Now we will find the measurement of this whole angle. Now we are going to add 1 plus 2. Measurement of angle 1 plus 2 will be equals to x plus x will be equals to 2x. Similarly, measurement of angle 3 plus 4. 3 plus 4 is equals to x plus x, because the measurement of both angles are equals to x. Since the measurement of this whole angle is equals to 2x and the measurement of this whole angle is equals to 2x, hence we can say that both the angles are equal. Hence we can say that angle ABC is equals to angle this one BCD, angle BCD. Measurement of these two angles are equal. Why the measurement of these two angles are equal? Because the measurement of this angle we got 2x, measurement of this angle also we got 2x. That's why measurement of these two angles are equal. Measurement of angle ABC is equals to measurement of angle BCD. Since the measurement of these two angles are equal, hence we can say that AB is parallel to CD, because these two are the pair of alternate interior angles. Hence we can say that AB is parallel to CD. So this is true. Once again I am repeating here, since ABC and BCD are the pair of alternate interior angles, since the pair of alternate interior angles are equal, hence lines are parallel. So I have written here AB is parallel to CD. So this is the complete solution of this question.